Good morning, everyone. And I also like to hear the numbers from Amanda, but I'll make sure I get a copy of those. I do try to be here every year to support Destinations DC's activities and talking to you about promoting our beautiful destination. So I want to give Elliot Ferguson and the entire team at Destination DC a huge round of applause for all that you do. We understand very clearly how important it is to promote our destination around the world, to bring conventions, family vacations, family reunions, sorority events, you name it, to come to our city. I have made an effort, in fact, for all of the instrumentalities of our government. I've challenged them to go out to all the professional organizations that they belong to encourage people to bring their annual meetings to Washington, D.C. And I don't know about you, but I feel the energy around the city of people coming back in our downtown, in our hotels, in our restaurants, enjoying our activities and events. And it feels really, really good in D.C. We're working down at City Hall all the time to make sure that the policies that we put in place, and I love your segment on sustainability. We were the first lead city in the entire world. So I hope that everybody is promoting that, as well as the very aggressive climate change goals that we have established as a city. Not only for our individual behavior, to support our businesses who are making great sustainability decisions as well, all the way up to our built environment, all of our new developments and real estate activity. So we were proud, and just a few weeks ago, I think we were together, to say that we've broken a visitation record with 26 million people coming to Washington. That created 102,000 jobs. So these are statistics that are hugely important when you're balancing budgets and you're talking about the best city in the world. But what that means is that visitation and the work that you do supports all of the other reasons that people live in cities, and people live in our city especially. Yesterday was a very important day in Washington, and that was the start of school. So 100,000 of our little ones went back to school, but they went back to buildings that had billions of dollars worth of renovations in the last 15 years, the best paid and educated teacher force in the United States of America, and children that have rebounded from the pandemic faster than any urban school district. I mention that to say our taxpayers, you among them, have decided that investments in public education is the most important thing you can do in a city. We also know that our amenities are hugely important, and we don't get enough credit for having the #1 park system in the United States of America. So that includes our wonderful national parks, Rock Creek among them. You saw Elliot, or Elliot's alter ego, at the Arboretum in Ward 5. But we have parks like that literally around the city. And it is no joke what we're doing with our rivers. There was a time when you didn't talk about the waterfronts in Washington, D.C. And now we see amenities and activities along both the Potomac and the Anacostia, and you will be able to swim in the Anacostia. That's no joke. We're getting there. And so we're going to keep that work going. And the iconic DC events have evolved and only gotten better and only attracted more people. Our wonderful relationship with the people of Japan and the National Cherry Blossom Festival helped us attract 1.6 million attendees, eclipsing 2019 to this year's Cherry Blossom Festival. And we're proud that the federal government is doing its part in investing in our monuments and memorials to make them even better. Our museums, obviously, are the envy of people around the world. And I was told that we were named the #1 city for solo travelers. And we want to build on that because we want people to know that they can come here, they can go to our restaurants, museums, and our neighborhoods and be welcome in Washington. So Elliot has already talked about the big events of 2025, World Pride, and we're excited to welcome people around the world so they know what we know about our city. We're open, we're welcoming, and we support our brothers and sisters. And the inauguration will be like no other. Now, unlike Elliot, I am a politician, so I have a view. But this is what I know. We're going to sell a lot of hotel rooms. Thank you, everybody, for being here.
The mayor just told you about the Travel and Leisure article that said that DC is #1 for solo travel, which is great.
Yes.
I just wanted to read a copy from Travel and Leisure. It says, surprisingly, the big touristy heavy cities of New York, Los Angeles, and San Francisco don't make the top of the list. It's Washington, D.C., and a whole bunch of other cities, but we're #1. And I just want to say thank you for everything you do for our city. All right. Round of applause for the mayor.